Have you been wokefished? Hey my love, it's Magda K. Welcome to my channel, your place to get all the tips, techniques and insights to create and enjoy the most fulfilling intimate life. Today, let's talk about wokefishing. What is it and have you been wokefished? So there are sleazy men, perverts, they've always existed, they still exist. And these men look for always new and more effective ways to use women. With the recent emergence of the whole movement of conscious masculinity and conscious men, these predators, they infiltrated those communities as well, and they started using this as a technique to lure in women. So they don't embody these qualities or principles, they pretend to, because that's what women want these days. And it can really feel horrible for a woman to discover that the guy you thought was exactly what you wanted, great masculine man, to realize that he is just a player. And it can really shake your trust in men. The best way to protect yourself is to understand the game so you won't get played. So let me share with you a few things to look for to make sure that the guy that you're interested in is not trying to wokefish you. Number one is he will not disagree with you, or more, he will agree with you a lot. So he's not looking for a long-term relationship where actually having similar values and wanting similar things from life is important. So he's gonna tell you whatever you want to hear. If you have especially some strong opinions on certain topics, he will be totally on board with this. See, he doesn't mind lying. He's gonna tell you whatever you wanna hear because he wants you to think that this is this magical, powerful connection, that you're soulmates, that you have found your perfect match because you have those similar values and similar views. But it's actually not true. He's just saying whatever you want to hear so that you can feel safe in his presence and open up to him. Number two is he's gonna use a lot, and I mean a lot, of this new age vocabulary. So things like brother, sister, goddess, Shiva, Aho, all of that. Now, I have nothing against these words. I think there's magic in them, and I've lived in communities when it's a normal way of communicating with people. But there's a difference between using some of them and just having your language practically packed by those terms. So if he overuses that, if he calls you nonstop sister, goddess, Shakti, like nonstop, it's a red flag. He might be trying to wokefish you. Now, another one to pay attention to is that he will probably not use the word money, and instead he will say energy. So we won't be talking about prices or money, we'll talk about energy exchange. So this avoidance of any conversation around money, massive, massive red flag. The next one is, he's a big talker, a small doer. So he will say these grand things, these big things, and he will talk about some big causes and how much he believes in protecting children or the environment or the animals. But his actions will not really fully support those big claims. So again, a big talker, but it's not something that's truly integrated. Another way how you can test it is to simply ask him questions. Why do you believe that? Ask him to share some argument, because if it's something he's really interested in, then he will have researched this topic and should be able to share with you his own unique point of view. But if he's just repeating those common phrases that you hear anyways, that's a sign that's probably not true value, but something he just tells you because he thinks that you will like him more. Promoting free love, open relationships, and saying that responsibilities are wrong, that this is just the construct of the society. Now look, I have lived in polyamorous communities. I have a lot of friends who practice open relationships. I have nothing against it. But anyone I know who is successful and happy with open relationships, they still understand that there is an element of responsibility. There is still commitment. You don't just do whatever you want. You don't just shed all the rules because you want to be free to do whatever you want. So no matter the type of a relationship, if it's open or closed, you still gotta take responsibility for your partner and for how you treat them. So if he starts saying things like, oh, marriage or any form of a relationship is just a construct of a society because they're trying to control us, run away, because he is avoiding responsibility. And he's telling you this straightforward. I'm not gonna care for you at all. All I focus on is what I want, and don't want any constraints. I wanna do whatever I want. I just want the pleasure, no responsibility. So if you ever find a guy who preaches this, like relationship anarchy, honestly stay away from him unless that's what you want. But most likely, love, he is just playing you. Okay, the next one, and this is also quite big, is to offering any form of healing, especially hands-on experiences like a massage or a tantric massage for free. Now, look, someone who truly understands the power of these techniques and these healing practices would never offer it so frivolously to someone. Like, those practices are really powerful, but they require a certain container. If you go into this session, you need to know exactly what it is, you need to be ready. And he needs to set a professional container. So this is how you know if someone actually is a legitimate, good tantric practitioner or not, because if they just want to offer it to you for free, well, they're using it as a strategy to be intimate with you. You have to understand, in those healing sessions, your guard is down, because that's literally the definition of healing. You need to open up. So you're in a very vulnerable space. For him, it's a perfect situation to make a move. And when you are experiencing all of this energy, it's really hard to determine in the moment what is it that you truly want. It's very common for women to confuse all of the emotions coming up with infatuation or some attraction to the practitioner who's holding her through this experience. Again, this is why a good healer knows that and never confuses his professional and personal life. If he's trying to do so, massive red flag. And the last one, and it's sort of like putting together a few of other points we already discussed, but he's gonna just refuse any form of rules and responsibilities. He will say that all of it is not needed, that we don't need any government, we don't need any structures, we should just be free to do whatever we want. Now look, I am not a big fan of rules myself. I don't have much respect for them, and those who know me a bit better, they know I'm a rebel and I'm a maverick. But I don't claim that all the rules are bad. For example, how are you imagining driving your car if there were no rules? So yes, some rules, I fully agree, they're absolutely unnecessary. But a lot of those rules are there for a reason and they work. So I use my ability to determine whether these rules are good or not, if they serve us or not, versus just let's throw all of them out of the window. Because that behavior says that he just, again, doesn't want to take any responsibility on. And love, one of the qualities you really want in a man for a good relationship is the sense of responsibility. So if he's showing you through all of these different ways that he has no intention to be responsible for anything in life, walk away. Now, I left one last tip for you till the very end, to really help you make sure that you know if you're dealing with a good guy or if he's just trying to woke fish you. And it's to delay sex. So if a man is just a player, then all he wants is sex. So everything he does is a strategy to get there. So if you postpone sex and he suddenly gets moody, gets irritated, maybe pressures you to have sex, or if he suddenly disappears and is busy, that's a sign for you that he wasn't really interested. Because if a guy truly likes you and he truly wants to get to know you, he's okay waiting. He's okay respecting your boundaries. So that's a great little test to use to really see if a guy is serious about you. Now, I believe that men are amazing, beautiful, and I'm hoping for the society where men and women support each other. And then we have those players who unfortunately give bad name to all men. And then women don't trust men in general or start treating men badly because we think that all men are bad, and that's not true. So I really want to help you protect yourself from those type of guys, because we all deserve to be treated with love and respect. And if that's been your experience so far, if you ever met a guy like this, please don't assume that all men use those techniques. They don't. And the better you are at this game, the more you understand it, the easier it is to protect yourself from anyone who may ever want to try to play this game on you again. I hope you found this video interesting and that you got value from it. If you did, please like the video, please comment, let me know, have you ever been wokefished and how did it feel? And if you'd like more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and connect with me on Instagram for even more updates. Bye!